Okay, so today we are moving on to chapter 8, which is going to be about surface area and volume. And 8.1 is just an introduction to these three-dimensional figures. So a solid is a three-dimensional figure that encloses a space. I'm going to have solid. And a polyhedron is a solid whose faces are all polygons. So on this picture here of this rectangular prism, there's three words that I want you to notice, okay? A face, an edge, and then a vertex. So a face is going to be the flat surface of a polyhedron. So that's this whole thing. The shaded area is the face, the whole thing. Okay? An edge is a line segment where two faces intersect. So an edge is the lines. So that's here and here and here and even the dotted ones. Those are all edges. So those are just a few. There's more on there. A vertex is a point where three or more edges intersect. So a vertex are going to be the points where they meet up. So this line and this line connect here, so we put a dot there. They would also connect here and here, and so a dot would go there. So in these next few examples, we're going to be finding faces, edges, and vertexes of these shapes. So it says, find the number of faces, edges, and vertices of the solid. Vertices, that's what I messed up earlier. Okay, so faces, like the shaded part, are the flat surfaces. So on this one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then even though we can't see it, there is one in the back, okay, which represents this one. Okay, so that would be 6. So there are 6 faces on this object. Edges are going to be our lines. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So there's 12 edges. Now notice there is a line here that is dotted, and that means it's a line there, but it's hidden. Okay, so since this is a 3D object, you wouldn't be able to see it because it's in the back. So if it's dotted, it means it's there. It's just in the back, or you can't see it. So now vertices are the dots, or they are where two lines or two edges meet up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 vertices. Okay. If you're feeling comfortable, try this next one on your own. You can pause it and then play to see if you get the right answer. But so I'm going to start with faces. So I have this one in the back, this back triangle. And then I have this front triangle. And then I have this shape. So I'm going to put that as 3. And then we have this back one right here. And that's going to be 4. And then we have one more, and that's the bottom right here. For that one, I'm going to put 5. I know this can be tricky, so you just have to figure out how many faces there are. So you got to see from each angle. Okay, so there's one, there's one, there's one. Okay, just take your time and see if you can get it. So now edges, I'm going to count the lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I have 7 and 8. So I have 8 edges. And then for vertices, I'm going to find where my edges meet up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I have 6 vertices. Next, on this one, okay, I do want you to try this one on your own. So pause the video and then see if you can get it. So for faces, I have 1 here. So that's 1. I have 1 there. So that's 2. That's the back. Then I have the other side. That's 3. Then I have this front, which is 4. And then I have the base, which is 5. So there's 5 faces. So my edges, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 8 edges. And then for my vertices, I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 vertices. I'm going to go back to this second one because I think I messed up. Okay, for edges, so I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I forgot my top one. Okay, so go back and change your edges to 9 on that one. See, so it's easy to make a mistake. Okay, so if you want to go back and check your answers, that would be smart. Next, we have prisms and pyramids. So a prism is a polyhedron that has 2 parallel identical bases. The lateral faces are parallelograms. So on a prism, your bases, you have 2 of them. So this is a base and this is a base. I know it can be confusing because you want to think that the base is the bottom, but that's not right when you have prisms. Okay? Your bases, there are 2 of them and they're identical. Okay? So this is a triangular prism. It's a prism because it has 2 faces, 2 bases, and it's a triangular prism because the bases are triangles. So you see here, the shape of the base tells the name of the prism or the pyramid. So this one, a pyramid is a polyhedron that has 1 base. The lateral faces are triangles. So pyramids are a little easier. They just have 1 base at the bottom, and they connect to a point up here, like a pyramid. Okay? So this is a rectangular pyramid because it comes to a point at the top, so it's a pyramid, and it's rectangular because the base is a rectangle. Okay? So on this next page, we're going to be naming these 4 shapes. Okay? So the first thing you're going to do is figure out, is it a prism or is it a pyramid? And if you want to find the base, that's probably the easiest way. So this one, I know it comes to a point, so it has to be a pyramid. So I'm going to write pyramid on the second line, not the first, write it on the second line. Okay. Then I have to figure out what shape is my base. It's a triangle, so this is a triangular pyramid. This next one, I have to figure out what's my base, or what are my bases. So my bases, I have 2 triangles that are identical. So it's a prism, because we know that prisms have 2 identical bases, like this one. Then I have to decide, is it triangular? Is it a rectangular prism? Well, its bases are triangles, so this is a triangular prism. Now I want you to pause the video, try these next 2 on your own. Okay. on this one, I have to find my base or my bases, and that's right here. Remember, if it comes to 1 point, it's a pyramid. If it doesn't, it's a prism. So this has 2 bases, so it's a prism. And what shape are my bases? They are triangles. So it's going to be a triangular prism, just like the one to the left. Okay. Next, I can see this one comes to a point, so it has to be a pyramid. And then, is it a rectangular? Is it triangular? We'll have to look at the shape of the base. And that is a rectangle. So it's going to be a rectangular pyramid. Okay. It could be square, but since I can't measure it, I'm just going to go with rectangular. And then last, we're going to be drawing views of a solid. So this shape right here, we have to draw the front, side, and top views of the cubes. Okay. So if we were looking at this shape, and if we were just looking at the front, so this part's the front, okay? So we would see this one, and this one. So if we were looking at it just straight from the front, our view of it would look like this, okay? Because we would be seeing this one, and this one. And that's it. Because all the rest of them are going to be hidden from the front view. If we're looking from the side view, we would be looking at this block, and this block. And so that side view would be the exact same thing. It would look like that if we were looking at these 3 squares from the side. And then last, if we're looking at it from the top, we would see all 5 of them. So that one is going to look just like the plus sign. It's going to look very similar to what we're looking at now. It's going to have our 3, oops, this is really bad. Okay. So that's what it would look like from the top because we're looking at all 5 straight down at it. Okay. If this is not making sense, please come see me before school or during seminar this week. Next, if you want to try these on your own, pause the video and then play it when you're ready to know the answers. If I want to draw the front side of this shape, I'm going to see this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So if I'm only going to see these 5, and I'm looking straight at it, it's going to look just like that. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Okay, just ignore that little red line. Shoot. Never mind. Okay. So then, if I'm looking at it from the side, I would see this, and this one. Okay? Because these 2 over here, or this top view, that would be on the top view, because we wouldn't see them if we were just looking directly at it, at the side. So if we want to draw that, oh my gosh, we are going to look at it. We would see that. Because we would see this one, and this one. And it doesn't matter that this one's farther away than these 2. Okay? Because if you're looking from the side, all that matters is the 3 that you can see. Okay. And then my top view, I'm going to see this one, and this one. And so that would look like that. Okay. Next, try this on your own. Pause the video and then unpause it when you're done. If I am looking at it from the front, I'm going to see this one, and this one. So that would look like that with one right there. That's what that one would look like. If we are looking from the side, we would see this square, and this square. So it would be the same thing, except it's going to go the other way. So I would have 2 here and 1 there. Okay. And then last, if we're looking from the top, we would see this one, and this one. And that would look like that. Okay. So this one was all very similar. They're just rotated. If you have questions, please come see me. But yeah, you can go ahead and start on your big ideas now.